I am Tania Coates Esquire, and I am speaking specifically on behalf of Alvina Alston, who was named in this woman's post and serves as Kevin Gates' publicist. I'm addressing false and defamatory claims recently made by the woman Shyla Hassanoff on her Instagram story this past weekend. Ms. Hassanoff alleged that my client threatened her, but let me be clear. Any comments made by Ms. Alvina Alston during their brief call do not amount to a threat under any legal standard. In fact, Ms. Hassanoff had been repeatedly calling and texting my client, demanding that she take sides in her personal relationship with Kevin Gates, something my client had no part in. When they finally spoke, the conversation was brief, emotionally charged, and came after continued harassment. Ms. Hassanoff then recorded the private call without my client's knowledge or consent, which is illegal and violated the state law where Ms. Hassanoff was located. To make matters worse, shortly after that call, a threatening text was sent to my client from an anonymous phone number stating, and I quote, "I will ruin your fucking career. You better tread lightly," among other things. And then just minutes afterwards, Ms. Hassanoff posted the Instagram story defaming and further harassing my client. But after investigation, we've gathered enough evidence to confirm that the threatening message was sent using a third-party messaging app that conceals user identities. However, nothing is ever truly anonymous with technology in this day and age. So we have already issued a legal preservation notice to the app that was used to send the message, requiring them to retain all related data, including the account holder's username, email, IP address, device information, message logs, and timestamps of any deletions. So whether the message was sent directly by Ms. Hassanoff or someone acting on her behalf, this info will become part of the legal record. Also, Ms. Hassanoff made fabricated and bizarre claims that my client was so happy to see her and Kevin wanting to get a house together and asked to live in their guest house. That statement is 100% false, degrading, and clearly intended to embarrass and diminish my client's credibility. This conduct is absolutely unacceptable. We have issued a formal cease and desist letter to Ms. Hassanoff, and legal action is already underway. Ms. Alston is a respected publicist with over 2 decades of experience working with Grammy-winning artists, Fortune 500 companies, elected officials, and other notable public figures. She will not be intimidated, harassed, or defamed by Ms. Hassanoff or anyone else.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen. If you got people around you that's telling you, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be, and it wasn't for, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't, hey, that's a lie. That's manipulation. If it wasn't for God and hard work, they know you the truth, and that's the only card they got, if it wasn't for me. Because you ain't going to do nothing but get from around me and tear my name up. You're going to tear my name up. Those are the type of people that sit around and look for flaws. You know what I'm saying? So it was never really love from the beginning. So if I love you, I'm not going to never stop loving you. Even if I don't fuck with you no more, I still love you. If a person don't fuck with you no more and they start tearing your name up, hey, I love homie. We just went our separate ways. He doing him, I'm doing me. But I love him. You know what I'm saying? That's not love, that's manipulation. And a lot of times we confuse it with love because we never been shown real love. And it's God and hard work. If I ever paid you to be around me and you ain't around me no more, I paid you to be a setback. Because once you left, shit start going to the roof. Man, come on, man. We rooftop, man. Straight ceiling material right now. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't even speak on it. We see, but we don't speak, homie. I love you all. Hey, what's happening? Look, I don't know who need to hear this. I just come from grocery shopping. You heard my shit like that. I like to do what's good for my spirit. Because it's like if I eat something from somewhere else, it don't never give me the fulfillment that I get when I cook my own food, when I pray over my own food, when my energy go into the preparation of what's about to go into my temple. And I said that to say this. A lot of times in life, we'll ask the people around us or other people, like, how y'all feel about this or how you feel about that. But at the same time, nobody ever gonna feel how you feel. So sometimes it's scary, but sometimes, I'm gonna say most of the time, You got to learn how to trust yourself. If you can't do it by yourself, then you going to disallow yourself to develop the instinctiveness and the ability to make decisions for yourself and trust your gut. It's a muscle. And the more you exercise that muscle, the stronger that it get. Because I used to be like that. I used to be like feeling empty. And I'd be dicked out behind trying to fulfill a void. So I'd be uptown, downtown, uptown, downtown, uptown, downtown. I'd be old. You hear me? But at the end of the day, that shit don't give me no fulfillment. You know what I'm saying? My fulfillment really come from like my passions and my habits and accomplishing shit, like accomplishing goals and shit like that. But you know, every now and then I get hot. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I get hot and be ready to slang that bitch every now and then when I get hot. You know what I'm saying? But that shit don't really just give me no fulfillment like that. I don't just be dicked out behind no bitch. I be more dicked out behind, do you got discipline? Do you got morals? Do you got principle? Because that's some shit that's super hard to have, and you got to cultivate that shit. You know, that's something that got to be cultivated. You ain't just born like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just was saying that to say this, you know, don't never be afraid to trust yourself, because only you know what's best for you. You know how shit make you feel. And don't be worried about nobody else's opinion, because their opinion don't really matter. Hey, I love you for that.